Welcome to the Drew Messmer Show on the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network. Join us each week as we go inside Forest Park basketball with head coach Drew Messmer. Now for the Drew Messmer Show on the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Brosmer Communications.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Hey everyone, Joey Chestnut here, world champion competitive eater. I follow Southwest Indiana Sports Network, and if you're hungry for sports, you should follow them too.
Follow the Southwest Indiana Sports Network at swisportsnetwork.com or search Roku for our channel at SW Indiana Sports Network.
Hello and welcome to this week's Drew Messmer Show. And Coach, last week you took on South Spencer at home, North Posey away. Why don't you recap both those games for us?
Yeah, so Friday night, South Spencer came into town. It was homecoming. Really good crowd on hand. It was one of those games where I felt like we were hitting shots to stay in it, but we really weren't playing very well, which has not really happened for us this year, at all. If anything, it's been we played pretty well, but couldn't hit shots. So, shot a season high 57% from the field. Senior forward Luke Hauser got a start, and he hit a couple threes there in the third quarter that helped us actually take the lead 40-39 going into that fourth. But throughout the first half, we struggled to take care of the basketball, and we had a couple of miscommunications on defense that led to some buckets, and then of course good teams when they would get offensive rebounds. Same story we've really had all year. Turnovers and offensive rebounds just they just kill you. So we ended up having 17 turnovers in the game. We gave up 9 offensive rebounds, which led to 10 points for those guys, which was a big deal. Plus a couple, like I said earlier, defensive communication errors. But we fell just short to those guys, 56-53. Definitely was a game. That was important for us because of a sexual opponent and a conference opponent, just to kind of see where we stack up and whatnot. Thought our guys, did give a good effort. It just, when we needed to execute down the stretch, we had 17 turnovers, which our goal is 12 and under, and our goal is to hold people under 47 points, and we gave up 56 in large part due to points off turnovers and second chance points off offense. So, I'm not going to say I'm disappointed in our effort in that game by any means. It's just if we would have things a little bit more cleaned up, that's a game we feel like we could have won. So, like I said, Luke Hauser stepped up, had 8 points for us. It was good to see some more. Reisenheimer had 9, Jake 13, and Reed Howard had 14. So, pretty good balance for our guys. Moving Saturday, completely different story. We did not very well from really to Gales. just a lot of mistakes up middle drives, missing box outs, even same side corner shooters to be there. Just a lot of mental errors. Started the game out shooting 6-7 from the field in the first half, which just isn't going to get it done. So, I mean, we were down 38-30 and a half, and it just at the end of the game, the scores North Odie, and I'm not so sure that 20-point spread even does the game justice. I mean, they just our guys were not. I don't know. I don't know if it was, we exerted a lot of that in the game before that, if they were overlooking an opponent, which you'd hope not, with it being a sectional and a game. But, there's no question that, Forest Park beat North Posey in the sectional finals last year, and it looked like one team remembered that and the other team forgot that happened. So, they came out and they were really, really aggressive, played a 1-2-2 full court into a half court trap. Our guys struggled with it. We got good looks. They just, we couldn't stick them. I guess, I don't know if we were rushed or what the deal was. And they did a great job of, if they had an open look, they were capitalizing. I mean, they hit several early threes in the first quarter, and really just kind of buried us 21-6 there in that opening quarter. So, there's not a ton to say about that. That's one where, you address it with a couple of really, really hard days of practice like we did this week, and you just make it known that showing up with that lack of effort is just not acceptable for a program like ours. So looking forward to just kind of moving past that game and, see where we go this week.
And I know you guys, and most coaches do not like moral victories, but, playing a very good South Spencer team to 3 points has got to give you confidence going into the tournament later.
Well, sure. I mean, I think a lot of people look at South Spencer, with their record and their ranking in the 2A polls and would label them as sectional favorites. And that's been earned by those guys all year long. So, it does. I mean, it gives you some confidence that you can play with the best of the best within that sectional. But, if you're looking at it from a Friday, Saturday standpoint, going into the sectional semifinals and finals, we did not put together, 8 quarters that it's going to take to be competitive in that sort of a thing. So, no doubt, South Spencer, if they have an open shot, they're going to stick it. They run their stuff really well. Coach does a great job with play together really well. So for us to be able to hang and still have 17 turnovers and give up some easy box outs, things like that, it is promising that we, are trying to do the right things on offense and on defense. We just can't have those mental lapses, which I think boxing out is just a mental lapse.
And we're back on the Messmer Show right after these messages for our sponsors. You're listening to the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Brosford Communications.
You dream it, we create it at Street Dreams. Custom paint, fabrication, stereos, wheels, tires, and more. We're also your authorized Sinister Sound dealer. Street Dreams, 317-624-1000, where you expect quality and get.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
At MAD, we believe in zero. 0 fathers who aren't there for bedtime. 0 mothers who miss the first day of school. 0 children who never come home. We believe in 0 victims of drunk driving. With MAD, your support adds up to 0. Because we believe in a hug on the first day of school. We believe in another bedtime story. We believe in no more victims. We believe in 0.
Hey everyone, Joey Chestnut here, world champion competitive eater. I follow Southwest Indiana Sports Network, and if you're hungry for sports, you should follow them too.
Follow the Southwest Indiana Sports Network at swisportsnetwork.com or search Roku for our channel at SW Indiana Sports Network.
And welcome back to the Drew Messmer Show. And we're joined by 8th grade basketball coach for the Forest Park Rangers, Aaron Berg. Aaron, how are you doing today?
Great. Doing good, Joe.
And, why don't you give us a little bit about your background, how you became an 8th grade coach?
Well, it's been a long time ago. This is my 22nd year as 8th grade coach. Before that, I did 6 years of elementary school at Thurman Elementary so I've been working about 28. Well, I was a varsity assistant coach 1 year as well, so I've probably been at it about 29 years for the Southeast DuBois County School Corporation.
And, how's the season going to this point?
This is an exceptional group of young men. I think we are currently 16 wins and 0 losses. Very talented bunch of guys, very unselfish, and love to play basketball.
And, I know a lot of people go to the varsity games and see that, but they might want to go to see what the Forest Park Rangers have coming up. And what are some of the games you have coming up? I know you have the PAC tournament, but is it the only thing you have?
No, we've got the PAC tournament starts next week, Monday. And then the week after that, we go to the Jasper Middle School tournament. But to me, it's kind of like the sectional of 8th grade basketball. This week yet, we go to Springs Valley on Tuesday. We go to Heritage Hills on Thursday, and Saturday morning we host North Posey. And, your team this year, who are some of the players that we're going to hear about on the varsity in the years to come? Well, I've got 10 boys, and they're really, really good, unselfish players. Some of the kids on that team are Camden Partenheimer, Parker Wolf, Eli Andre, Luke Munier. There's a handful of other guys that slip in my mind right now. But a great bunch of kids and fun to be around. Oh, D Finch as well. He's another one of our starters. So those are the 5 guys that start. And they're supported with some really talented young guys that come off the bench as well.
And, if you've been coaching that long, I think you've probably coached most of the coaching staff that they got at Forest Park right now, huh?
That is true, all except for Coach Winkler. I did not coach his class. He's just a little bit older than these other guys. But I have coached all the other guys that coached there. I started back in the day when Denny Dutas was the coach, and learned a lot from Denny and Tom Beach and some other excellent coaches we've had at Forest Park.
Now, how does it feel to sit in the stands and watch these kids that you've coached in the past? It's got to be wonderful.
It is. It is great to see these guys grow and mature and become fine young men, not only basketball players, but it is a thrill to see these guys to be so successful.
Well, Aaron, good luck the rest of the season and go win the PAC.
Appreciate it much, Joe.
And you've listened to the Drew Messmer Show on Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Bros for Communications. We'll be back right after these messages from our sponsors.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
When you think sporting goods, think no further than All Star Sports in Ferdinand. Custom embroidery, screen printing, team uniforms, sports equipment, and sports apparel and shoes. We have it all. Give Brad a call today at 812-367-1618 or visit them in the Country Plaza Shopping Center in Ferdinand. All Star Sports is open Monday through Friday 10 to 7 and Saturday 9 to 4. All Star Sports, when you're thinking sporting goods.
Hey everyone, Joey Chestnut here, world champion competitive eater. I follow Southwest Indiana Sports Network, and if you're hungry for sports, you should follow them too.
Follow the Southwest Indiana Sports Network at SWISportsnetwork.com or search Roku for our channel at SW Indiana Sports Network.
Welcome back to the Messmer Show. Coach, I'll tell you what, not many teams have someone like Aaron Berg, who's been involved with Forest Park middle school basketball for, 28 years.
Yeah, no question. Coach Berg is a big time part of Forest Park basketball. He's that guy that at the eighth grade that he just when they go from seventh grade to eighth grade and they go through him, and then you have them as freshmen. If they're talented enough, they're going to be coached well enough that they're play. I mean, they are absolutely ready to go. Defense and discipline really is big things. Execution, things like, he's really good at what he does, and he has a high standard, and that he holds guys accountable. So for us to have a guy like that, it's massive for our program. You could argue outside of, maybe your JV coach, the eighth grade position may be just as valuable or just right below it. So to have a guy in that spot, it's a really good feeling to know that your program can get there at the junior high level. As well as, he has been to several of our games. He's somebody that's been there, done that, and he'll shoot me ideas. We talk hoops a couple times a week. We'll get on the phone and talk just a little bit, and to have his ear and to have him in my corner is just a really, really good thing for me as a younger coach. So just like I said several times, we're lucky to have him, and he does a fantastic job with our kids.
And as I was talking to him, I told him, I said, you probably coached all these kids on the floor, and probably even all the coaches. But then he did say he didn't get to coach Phil Winkler, but other than that, he's coached all of you.
He has. So we know what it's like on both ends, and our relationship, of course, from the time I played for him until now, has evolved into much greater things and whatnot. But we just know that the respect that he commanded when we played for him at that time, as well as the respect that he commands, still to this day with everybody that comes through. He is a known local legend. There's no question about that. When you talk about guys like, Tom Beach and Gene Bayman and guys like that, Aaron Berg's name comes up not too far behind those guys. He definitely gets the credit that he deserves. He absolutely does, and that's great.
And, this week you got another double weekend. You've got Friday night, you travel to Jasper, and on Saturday you travel down to Linville to take on Tecumseh. Why don't you preview those games for us?
Yeah, so, Jasper, they're going to be, ready to go. It's going to be a county rivalry game. Of any team that we play, I believe they play the hardest schedule, which is saying something. We played some really good teams. We played some other, we played Memorial in the SIAC, but Jasper, they play a lot of other really challenging non-conference games, playing New Albany and teams of that caliber. So, you're gonna get a physical bunch that executes really well. Coach Gable has those dudes ready to go nearly every single night, every year. Like I said, you just know they're going to be physical. They're going to execute their stuff. Their timing's going to be out of this world. Their ball pressure is going to be fantastic. They'll make every catch difficult. They're the best screening team year in and year out, in my opinion, that we see around here. Those dudes really know how to. And then, of course, they've got some players that can go along with their expertise. I really like the Grant Young kid. Does a great job of getting them into their stuff, and he's just a tough, hard-nosed winner. Really like that kid. Carter Mundy's bounced back from an injury, but he can put the ball in the hole. He's been doing that for several years. Can shoot it. Just puts a lot of pressure on your perimeter defense. And they got a couple inside guys that like to beat and bang, scrap. They're really good on the offensive glass. Essentially, for us to even have a chance in that game, we have to have a mindset that we're able to compete physically with those guys. That we're prepared to go toe for toe, both physically and mentally with our execution and how we attack the game, because they are going to be they're going to be physical in every aspect of the basketball game. So we're looking forward to the challenge. Playing at Jasper's always a big deal. It's a great venue that they have over there. So yeah, like I said, we know especially with the way they've been playing the last couple games, holding opponents to 23 points, I believe, their last two games. They're playing really, really well, and we're gonna have to earn every single bucket that we get. And if we're gonna give up 60 points, like Washington did, losing 60-23, it's gonna be a long day for us if we let them have 60. Because we're gonna have to earn every single bucket we get. As far as Tecumseh goes, they've had their ups and downs, just like ourselves. They've been extremely competitive in a ton of games, bring back quite a bit of experience from last year's team. And they just, those dudes are pretty successful. A lot of those guys play football. A lot of those guys play baseball. And they've been, this past spring, they were really good. Fall on football. They were really successful. So, again, they're going to be hard-nosed. Coach Ox is going to have guys ready to go. They're going to run their match at zone. And they're going to compete really, really hard. It's a situation where they got a bunch of winners. You're going to have to go on the road playing at Jasper after going through that physical, game and in that environment, and bounce back 24 hours later, head down to Linville and lay it on the line, because they're not going to give it to you. That's for sure. So, there too, we just we're going to have to mentally be able to handle their zone, which at times I feel like we've done well against, and other times, our guys kind of look uncomfortable, to be honest, but we've been working on it in practice ourselves through the last few days. Just 1 week we made ourselves, and I think it's good for our guys to just get used to seeing it. If you're not around it except on game days, it's hard to be prepared, to execute your stuff in a game, in a live ball situation. So definitely going to be a challenging weekend. We knew our schedule was demanding from the get-go, but every time we talk about, hey, let's preview these two games this weekend, there's no gimmies on the schedule for us. So we're gonna have to earn it if we want to get some W's, and we're just preparing to win all week long.
And the better your schedule, the more it prepares your sectional.
Absolutely. It just prepares you, and like we tell our guys, if you win sectional and you win 6 games in the regular season, nobody's going to remember that you won 6 games. They're going to say, well, yeah, that 2022, 2023 team, that's sectional. That's what people care about around here. So that's just where our mindset's been from day one, and we'll continue to be about.
Well, Coach, good luck this weekend, and go get 2 victories.
I appreciate it.
And you're listening to the Drew Messmer Show on the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by William Brosper Communications. We'll see you next week.
This is the most important, amazingest game ever played in the universe. The pitcher is fierce. Danny Roberts is up at bat. And the crowd goes wild. He just won the game. Let's go! Yes!
We protect the car you drive.
Go get him, Danny.
And the dreams that drive you. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.